Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tech for Senior. This is, of course, episode Hewie 303. It is the 26th of January and in 2026, and it is the last Monday of our fundraiser for January, which we talked about last week and the prior 3 weeks. I want to thank everybody for all their generous donations. We had a very successful month, and quickly in week two, we obtained our funding goal, so we have enough money to go for another year. Thank you so much. We also this week we had more people who donated, and I want to just mention their names: Rolando Thorburn, Alexander Morris, Neil Beaumart, Charles Hartschen, Terry Harvey, and George Bowden. And we want to thank all those people who generously donated this past week. You, of course, will have got a note from me thanking you as well. And also, I'm not, yeah, we got most of those into our Saturday newsletter as well. So thank you, everybody. We won't be discussing this for another year, but I do want to say I will be leaving um, our coffee site up. And so if you do have some money through the year that you want to donate, that would be great as well. Let's just say hello to everybody quickly because we have a huge show for you today. Hewie, you now listen, you ran the air conditioner last night. Now come on, this is ridiculous. So we don't want to know why that is so because the rest of us are all freezing and some of us are up to our ears in snow.
It was 77 around midnight last night, and it was just too stuffy in the house, so I turned it on. But starting today, we're going to get at least 7 days of cold weather, probably 8 days, where it's going to
All
be in
right.
the 50s and 60s during the day and 30s and 40s at night.
All right. Bill James, you stay indoors now. Don't you can take the dogs for a walk, but don't go out there and shovel snow. That's
No, the
bad for
dogs are
them.
not, the dogs are not even going out.
The dogs don't want to go out.
It's warmed up at 17 degrees. But I'd like to say there's six of my fellow club members on the show today.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great. Super duper. Thanks for spreading the word. Thanks for spreading the word. And Mike Leaman, do you want to tell us your tales of woe with snow and misery and cold weather, or in a summary?
Well, we had like minus 40 wind chills the last couple of days, but today it's snowing, so it's warmed up a little bit. It's only wind chill of minus 20 Celsius. So, it's just another day in the Maritimes.
Well, over on Vancouver Island, Murray and I have outlawed snow on Vancouver Island. So while it's cold, we don't allow snow, right, Murray?
Yeah, so yeah, you just don't want to wear out your snowblower.
I haven't even used it this year. It's sitting in the garage. It's still waiting to be used. So I want to make another video about snowblowing, but that's not going to happen this year, I don't think.
And that would
Um,
have never done for me when I lived in Ontario. I had a
yeah.
200-foot long driveway, and that snowblower would not have hacked it at all.
All right. Okay, quickly before we get started, we have, of course, our premier educational video. That will be running, and I'm going to turn that on shortly. And those of you who had the newsletter, of course, were able to watch it. And there's Hewie is going to talk about Hewie talks about Snagit, which is a great program. I use Snagit all the time, Hewie. Things you could do with Snagit, an excellent video. And just to remind everybody, well, Hewie and I use it like it's like our right hand. We use it all day long, so we're pretty happy with that. Drew, of course, is going to talk about his very famous talk on portable apps, which you gave about a year ago. And thank you so much, Drew. That was a very successful, popular one. And Chris Gould's going to talk about Google Photos Magic Editor. So lots of good stuff on our premium video, and that will be coming up shortly at 1:30. And I'll put the link in the chat. All right, I think that's about it. We want to get going, and I think we'll start out with, of course, our tech news of the week. Let's see what we have to say.
Welcome to Tech for Senior and our weekly news update. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right into the latest in technology.
Good morning, good afternoon. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we have the tech news of the week. This is being recorded on January the 24th for broadcast on our Monday show, January the 26th. Today with me, I have, of course, Hewie Poplock from that very warm spot in Bradenton, Florida. We have Murray Strome on Vancouver Island, where we're freezing and it's -1 last night. Welcome, Murray. And the one is the most cold, and the one is of course Mike Leaman in Moncton, New Brunswick, where Mike tells me it's -24 Celsius, and the wind is blowing and it's cold.
Yeah, -30 plus here today, Celsius.
Ooh,
so if you want to convert that to Fahrenheit, double it and add 30. So you're still looking at -60. You're still looking at about 30 below Fahrenheit. So it's chilly.
It's chilly. All right. Well, let's get on with the tech news of the week. Hewie, what's the first article?
It is from Mike.
Oh, well, there you go, Mike.
Just something I thought, Ron, you might be interested in this. Doctors are starting to use AI note-taking tool, but they're concerned. There are obviously concerns, accuracy and security and so on, but they're doing a trial in Nova Scotia with some 400 plus doctors using it, and they say the goal here is to save time with patient visits. They're using it to transcribe their notes. And one doctor says, I'm saving 5 to 10 minutes per patient. So it makes a difference.
Excellent. So technology on the move for professionals. Excellent. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, this is an alert for you Google phone users. Your phone may be sending private audio to users even when you don't answer the phone, if you've turned on the take a message service. So it may send your private audio of what's going on around you, even though you don't answer the phone. Google is working on a fix.
Right. And Mike, this was, just to be clear, this is the Pixel. This is for people that own Pixel phones.
Pixel phones only, yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
And another one, 48 million Gmail accounts exposed in a security breach. Now, some of this is phone accounts that have been breached previously, but there's a number of Gmail accounts, Instagram, Facebook. There were several others, and they tell you here how to do it and how to check if one of your addresses has been one that's been exposed.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this. Do you use Magic Q, Hewie? You've got a Pixel 10. I don't have a Pixel 10. This is about the integration of Google Tasks and Google Wallet and your Magic Q on the Pixel 10. Pixel 10 apparently has a feature called Magic Q, which is an integration. It's like an AI task manager, and they're going to be integrating more with Google Wallet and Google Tasks. So you know where this is going. It's just going to buy things for you.
I don't even know what Magic Q is. I'm going to have to look that up.
So yeah, so it is interesting. So if you have a Pixel 10, you might want to look at Magic Q. Oh, this is cool. Where's Ray Baxter? Ray Baxter was, of course, our music director for many years, and he was a big music audiophile. Anyway, Sony announced that its first return to turntables in years, and they're going to be making turntables. This is an article that came out. Mike Ungerman actually sent us this. Thank you, Mike, for doing that. And I want to remind everyone that all our articles are posted on our Facebook page. And if you have any articles that you would like us to review or post, or you think we should know about, please just forward them along. We'll post them on our page, and then we'll talk about them. But this isn't new. I don't know if you guys saw this, but please don't. The latest Windows update is not a good one, and Microsoft's asking users to remove or not install this latest update. So it breaks the machine. So this is a bad update, and it's just come out. So if you're sitting on that now, don't install it.
There was two problems. Windows 11, there was an update that broke things, and then they put a fix up, and that made things even worse. So they're telling you now to remove two different updates. So you want to find out what those two are and remove them.
Right. Okay. This is probably the most significant article we're going to talk about today. I'm going to do it very briefly because this is going to have a big effect on people, and there'll be a lot of controversy over this. Google is now bringing personal intelligence to the AI mode. And it's what this means, and this is very careful, you have to understand this, is the AI is going to go through all your email, and it's going to go through all your Google Photos, and it's trying to find out a lot about you, so that when it is going to be doing tasks for you, in other words, the concept now as we're moving forward is where AI is going to be able to answer your email for you, do certain tasks. It's got to know you better. And Google brings personal intelligence to AI mode. And in this article, it talks about using Gmail and Google Photos to gather your personal data. Now, this is highly controversial. I know there's going to be a lot of negative feelings about this, but just to say this has started, and this is not an experimental feature. This is actually happening. We'll be talking a lot more about this, but I just want to let you know that it is now fait accompli, and it's happening. This is Google stops calling its broken AI rewritten Discover headlines an experiment. So this is again fait accompli. This is interesting. This is where Google is taking in the Discover feature of this is available mostly on your news, on your app, in your Google app, and it's called Discover Headlines. And they're actually, the controversy of this is they're taking the headlines and they're changing the headlines of the news articles to more accurately reflect the news article. So let's just to say they're actually changing the banner headline of the news article. Again, highly controversial, lots more to talk about in that, but this is a new feature that's just been started, and it's not a experimental feature anymore. It's there. So we'll talk more about that at a later date.
I thought this was interesting. Sony's TV business is being taken over by TCL.
Really? You're kidding? That's a new one.
There's a RAM shortage out there, and you'll notice it mostly in the fact that everything's in whether you're buying RAM or you're just buying a computer, the prices are going up. And the DRAM shortage in early 2026 has triggered massive price hikes across PC hardware markets, significantly affecting the cost of graphic cards and high-capacity SSDs. And Intel confirms Nova Lake Core Ultra 400 CPUs are launching this year. Faster graphics, big cache chips, and up to 52 cores. These CPUs could be real monsters. And so what you want to realize is that, we keep hearing that Intel's dead. It isn't. The Intel CEO confirmed that the Nova Lake Core Ultra Series 4 processors featuring up to 52 cores and a new LGA 1954 socket are scheduled to launch in late 2026.
They're planning to develop an AI tag system. They're talking about delivering this later this year. You can use it. One of the options will be a pin that you can put on your coat or whatever, and it will have 2 cameras and all kinds of features that you may or may not want. It's very small, and the cameras are quite good.
The pictures of it aren't accurate because there are no actual pictures of what it's going to look like.
And they may not even do it.
But they may not, right.
They say they plan to possibly release it the end of 2026, but they may cancel the project.
This is you,
okay,
Murray?
This is a big free online conference that is coming up. If you have any Scottish ancestors, this is a great thing. It's free and open. It's they start at 11 p.m. in the evening, go till 7 a.m. and then repeat 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's Pacific time. They have those two. They repeat everything so that they can accommodate people at any time zone in the world. So if you have Scottish ancestors, that's the link to the registration page. And some of the presentations are really, really good.
Okay, thank you, everyone. That was some interesting stuff on our news. If there's any questions about that, we'll talk about that in the Q&A at the end. All right, the next section is, of course, on passkeys. Now, we've talked a lot about passkeys and lots of confusion, so I thought I would make a video to help people understand passkeys. You're not alone. Let me start by saying this right up front. If passkeys confuse you, you're not bad with technology. You're not behind. And your computer is not smarter than you. In fact, if passkeys don't confuse you, I'd like to know your little secret. Because this is one of the most poorly explained changes in modern technology. Today we're going to slow it down, no jargon, no pressure, and absolutely no quiz at the end. So take a deep breath and you'll be right in. Why passwords drove us crazy? Remember when we only needed one password? Then we were told that's not safe, so we needed a stronger password, then a different password, then a password with numbers, symbols, and capital letters. And apparently also hieroglyphics. So where did we go? We wrote them down on sticky notes, in notebooks, or my personal favorite, I'll remember it this time. Passwords became a mess, and hackers love passwords because passwords are easy to steal. That's why tech companies said we need something better, and that's how passkeys were born. What a passkey actually is. Here's the simplest explanation you'll hear anywhere. A passkey is proof it's you, not something you have to remember. Think about your face. If I open my front door and see you standing there, I don't ask for a password. I recognize you, and that's what passkeys do. Your face, your fingerprint, or simply a device PIN. No typing, no remembering, no guessing, which is great because my brain forgets why I walked into the kitchen, why passkeys feel so confusing. Now, here's the part nobody tells you. Passkeys are a good idea, but they are explained terribly. They have different screens, different words, different prompts. Sometimes it says, use your device. Sometimes it says, sign in with passkey. And sometimes it looks like something completely different. Same idea, different wording. That's why people panic. And when people panic, they click the wrong thing. So if you've ever thought, why does it feel harder than it should? You're absolutely right. Here are two very important things you need to understand in order to create a passkey. The first is you cannot create a passkey if the service you're connecting to doesn't offer it. Passkeys are created by the service that you want to create, such as your bank account, maybe your PayPal, Amazon, Microsoft. These services all have a password service available for you. If your bank does not have a passkey service, then you cannot create a passkey for your bank. So this is important that you understand that. You cannot create a passkey. The passkey is created in the service you're logging onto. And the second is passkeys live on your device, your phone, your tablet, your computer, not floating around the internet. Think of your device as a key ring. It holds the keys. Your brain does not. And the aha moment, once you understand that, everything else makes more sense. And suddenly passkeys stop feeling so scary. And that's also why they're so different for each service, because it depends how that service wants you to create a passkey. So the menus are different. Sometimes the terminology is different. And that's what makes passkeys confusing. What happens when you log in? Let's walk through what actually happens. You go to a website. The website says, "Are you really you?" Your device jumps in and says, "Let me check." You look at the screen or touch the fingerprint sensor or enter your device PIN number in. And that's it. You're in. No password typed, nothing for hackers to steal, which makes hackers very sad. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Let's talk about the worries. What if I lose my phone? You can recover your account. You're not locked out forever. You can simply log in on another device and delete the passkey from your account. Do I have to use passkeys? No, you can use two-factor authentication or passwords still with your account, and in addition, you can use passkeys. So on your Google account, you might have all three set up. Are passwords going away? Well, not yet. You can still continue using passwords, but my advice is if your service does offer a passkey, then I would use it. And then you don't have to worry about passkeys and delete your old insecure password. Are passkeys a safe ride? And the answer to that is yes. They're certainly safer than passwords. But you don't have to rush into this. You can certainly take this slowly. And my advice is to set it up with a few trusted services, like maybe your Microsoft account or Google account. It's real easy to do. And once you get comfortable, you can expand it out and use it with PayPal, maybe your bank, or other services that offer passkeys. Well, when should you use passkeys? Passkeys are great for important things, such as email, banking, shopping accounts. Start with one, just one, and build up some confidence. And if something feels uncomfortable, just stop. And remember, technology should work for you, not the other way around. I think you'll find this very easy to do, and you'll be surprised how simple it is. I used to have to go through so many steps to get into my PayPal account. Now I simply go there and click the passkey button, and I'm in. Super simple, and it really cuts down on the headache of logging in. I'm sure you're going to like this once you get used to it. But remember, you can't create a passkey if the service doesn't offer it. So the service will often say when you log in, do you want to create a passkey? It's not something you can do if the service doesn't offer it. That's an important point to remember. Wrap up. I think you've got it. Let me leave you with this. Confusion does not mean failure. This is a new feature, and new things might take time. If you survive setting the clock on a VCR, you can handle passkeys. Go slow, ask questions, and remember, you've got this, and we're always here to help. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, making passkeys easier for seniors. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you soon. Okay, now we're going to move on to Chris Guld. Wherever Chris is, she's in the South Pacific somewhere, and she's created making a movie from Google Photos, but not the old Google, the new Google Photos, and also what a timeline is, explaining how timelines work when you're making videos. Let's see what she has to say.
So the first thing I want to show you is the lazy person's way to make a movie using Google Photos. It is just so incredibly easy. I do it a lot just because of that. So all you do in Google Photos, let me read the bullets first.
Okay.
All you do in Google Photos is to select the pieces that you want to put in your videos, and then you just tap the little plus and to add them to something, and what you want to add them to is called a highlight video. And that's all you have to do. Just select the pieces, say I want a highlight video, and you're done. Unless you want to change it from vertical to horizontal, or if you want to change the position of your clips in the time. you know, there are a few things you can do, but not too many. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Make sure that you can see what I'm doing here.
There. That'll look
Oh,
better.
okay. So I just go into Google Photos, and this was a beautiful day in American Samoa, I think is where this was. So I'm going to select this little video of the view on our way there. This one, I like that one, and that one, and this one of the whole group, this one of Jim in his skirt, and then
It's a Sulu, it's not a skirt.
and then how the food was prepared in this big banana leaf wrapped umu. And now it's really important when you're doing this. Oh, and then this picture of a bat. I was so proud that I got that bat flying over. So I just have 11 pieces selected. Now all you do is tap the plus, create, and 11 items. I don't want the stacked pieces. And highlight video. And that's it. It does it for you. But I mean, it makes a movie. You can add music and if you have some of your own music, and I happen to have done a voice recording of some singers that was really cool. So I'm gonna select that, and I also want it to be horizontal rather than vertical. Most of my pictures and videos I take horizontal. Phones these days think you're doing everything vertical, so that's the way it starts out, but I can change it to horizontal. I like that. And then you save, and then you wait. So I already did this earlier. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can cancel. I did this earlier because it can take anywhere from 2 minutes to 24 hours for this movie to get finally created. So I have it already saved. Let me find it. Recently added, and it's right there. See this little icon that looks like a piece of film indicates that it is a highlight video. So let's watch it, and I'll turn up the volume. Okay, so is that easy or what? I mean, if you just say, I want to put these things together and have it in one piece that people can just click once and watch the whole thing, Google Photos is a great way to go. But if you want to make a real movie, Google Photos cannot make any long videos. In fact, I would say that 3 minutes is about the maximum. And it can only use up to 50 pieces to collect together and make the movie. In fact, I think you should stick to less than 30.
Yeah.
It cannot make transitions. You might have noticed when it went from one photo to the next, it was just a cut. There's no transition capability, and there's no title capability.
Yeah.
You also can't adjust the sound volume. You may have noticed the one place there where my face was on and you could tell I was talking. Now I can tell it to not have the audio from that video clip at all, but I can't lower the music audio and increase my voice audio so that you could kind of have both. You need real editing software for that. And you can't have a narration track and a music track. All right. So therefore, you need editing software that uses a timeline with tracks. So a timeline is this. Notice this says 7 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So that's why it's called a timeline. It does go out for the whole time of your video. And then the tracks are like layers. Here is the video and photos. Here's where you could write titles, an audio track, and a music track. So the definition of the timeline is a horizontal lane on a timeline where you place your media, and each track is a layer of your video. We have a little...
Hi, this is Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and this lesson in Movie Maker is about what is a track. In just a minute, I'm going to play you a video, and I want you to pay attention and see if you can identify the 3 different tracks: the video, the music, and the narration. So here's the video. I'm going to play it, and just pay attention. Paddling the Peace River in Central Florida is very special for us. Our very first camping trip was with canoes and sleeping bags on the Peace River. Now we park our RV at the Thousand Trails in Wauchula, Florida, and we can paddle anytime we want. Today was a great day. So did you notice the narration? That is the 3rd track. Now you're seeing some video and you should be hearing music. Notice sometimes the video is real live video, and sometimes what you're looking at is a still picture. Whether it's a still picture like this or a video like this, it is still part of the video track. It's what you're looking at. There's only one video track in Movie Maker. So let me show it to you in Movie Maker. Here is that movie, and there's the video track, there is the music track, and there is the narration track. These have to be placed on the timeline. So notice all 3 of them start at the very beginning. If I play Paddling the Peace River in Central Florida is very... You see the video, you hear the music, and you hear the narration. Now if I just move this narration over on the track, on the timeline I mean, I moved the narration track over so it's not at the beginning of the timeline. Now when I play it, you don't hear the narration. You just see the video and you hear the music. Another thing to know about the 3 tracks is there are options for each. So notice up here you see video tools and music tools. Why don't you see narration tools? Because we're not at a place on the timeline where there is narration. As soon as I move the playhead over to where there is narration, now there are narration tools. And notice you do have to click on the tab for whichever part of whichever track you want to work with. The video, the audio, the music rather, or the narration. And that's about what is a track. There are 3 tracks in Movie Maker: 1 video track, 1 music track, and 1 narration track.
Now that is an old tutorial video of ours. Movie Maker is no longer around, but the concept is exactly the same regardless of which video editing software you use. You have these tracks, and each track has different options. So I thought that was a good video to show.
Yep. Clipchamp is the one that we use today.
Yeah.
If you're going to go with, that's replaced Movie Maker.
Right. Clipchamp has replaced Movie Maker, and it comes free with Windows, and it is a web-based. So regardless of what kind of computer you have, Clipchamp, which you're going to see in a minute, will suffice. Okay.
AI in action. I'm Hewie Poplock. Over the next few minutes, I'll use Galaxy.ai to show you some powerful AI tools that you can use. First, there'll be some information about using an aggregator such as Galaxy AI. We'll cover the key features, including free credits, intelligent image manipulation, and cutting-edge generation capabilities. This aggregator platform is designed to streamline your creative process and unlock new possibilities. Galaxy.ai is a comprehensive AI aggregator that brings together a wide range of AI-powered tools and capabilities in a single platform. This eliminates the need to manage separate accounts and subscriptions for different AI services, like image generation, video creation, and photo enhancement. The platform's free credit system allows users to explore and experiment with these professional-grade AI tools without an immediate financial commitment. Key benefits of the Galaxy.ai platform include a single unified interface, free credits to start, no need to multiple subscriptions, and access to the latest AI models. Also, seamless switching between different tools. There are over 5,400 tools that you can use with Galaxy.ai. You can add additional credits daily. You can see how many credits that you have. If you subscribe, you get 15 million credits every month. I don't like their credit system. Why not have one credit equal to something rather than .015 million or 223 million credits? Just doesn't make sense to me. New users receive a generous starting allowance of credits when they sign up. The free credits provide genuine access to premium features, not just limited trial versions. There is complete transparency around credit usage. You can track your credit consumption in real time with clear pricing per operation. This ensures you will know exactly how much each creation will cost before you commit. Overall, the free credits make it easy to start creating immediately with Galaxy AI. The first tool that we will use is the Resize Extender tool, which uses advanced AI intelligently expand images beyond their original boundaries. Unlike simple stretching or cropping, the tool analyzes the existing content and generates contextually appropriate extensions, maintaining style, lighting, and perspective consistency. This feature is perfect for adapting images to different aspect ratios for social media, creating wider landscape shots, and fixing composition issues in otherwise perfect photos. So you can change the aspect ratio. So let's introduce the key features of the image to prompt generator tool. It starts by encouraging the user to upload any image. The advanced AI models then analyze the composition, style, lighting, mood, and other elements of the image. Based on this analysis, it generates a detailed text prompt that captures all of the nuances of the original image. Users can then use this prompt to create similar images or modify specific elements, like a creative director guiding the process. Overall, it's a powerful feature that provides expert-level insights into the creative process behind compelling imagery. Here's an example. The top image is the original. By using the image to prompt generator, we got a prompt as shown. You can see how thorough that prompt is. We then use that prompt to create the image at the bottom. Not the same, but very close. Imagen 4 represents the latest and greatest in text-to-image generation technology from Google. It offers unprecedented photorealistic quality with images that are virtually indistinguishable from professional photography. The model has exceptional accuracy in rendering text within images, making it perfect for logos, signs, and typography-based designs. Imagen 4 can interpret complex prompts with remarkable accuracy and create intelligence, allowing you to describe your vision naturally, including text within images. The AI Talking Photo is a revolutionary feature that brings static portraits to life. It uses sophisticated animation technology to preserve the authenticity and character of the original image. The process is simple. Upload any portrait, photo, painting, or AI-generated face. Add your own audio, record your voice, or use an AI voice generation. The advanced algorithms analyze the facial features and synchronize realistic mouth movements, head gestures, and micro expressions. You can then download and share the high-quality animated video. On the right, you'll see the tool is processing the video, and then here are two samples from that same video, one with an American accent and one with a Russian accent.
Welcome to Tech for Seniors. We are showing you various ways to use AI with me as the model. I hope that you are learning some of the ways to use AI.
Welcome to Tech for Seniors. We are showing you various ways to use AI with me as the model. I hope that you are learning some of the ways to use AI.
Your complete creative workflow in one platform. Galaxy.ai is a one-stop shop for all your creative needs. With Galaxy, or any aggregator, you can import and enhance your images, analyze what works, generate new visuals, and even animate and share your creations, all within a single seamless platform. No more jumping between different tools and subscriptions. Keep your entire workflow in one place. This allows you to focus on being creative rather than getting bogged down in the logistics of managing multiple platforms. From uploading and editing to generating new content and bringing it to life, this streamlines your creative process. This is just a small sample of what you can do with an aggregator like Galaxy AI. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Last week, Thomas McEntee, a renowned genealogist, presented a webinar which included many hints on how to use artificial intelligence for genealogical research. Before this, I had never heard of Prompt Cowboy, a free tool that helps you to write well-structured prompts for your favorite AI chat tools. He also told us about a couple of neat tricks to make your life easier when using Google search. I would like to share these with you today. Now, most of you have experimented with AI, but have you struggled to get just the right answer? This is where PromptCowboy.ai comes to the rescue. At its core, this is a prompt engineering tool. In the same way, a historian must carefully frame a research question to find the right archival records. Prompt engineering is the practice of refining your instructions so the AI provides accurate information without hallucinations. Think of it this way. If you walk into an archive and ask for old papers, you'll get nowhere. But if you ask for land deeds from the Red River Colony, 1869, you get exactly what you need. Prompt Cowboy does that legwork for you. It acts as a structural guide, transforming a loose query into a sophisticated, precise instruction. It ensures you're speaking the AI's language, which saves you time and significantly reduces errors in your genealogical research. And the best news, it is completely free. There's no subscription. You simply go to PromptCowboy.ai, create an account, and start building your own library of custom templates to make your research more effective. I'm entering a prompt here, similar to one I used years ago, back when the AI got it completely wrong. As we scroll down, you'll see the transformation. It's now a structured, professional instruction that an AI can actually digest. When I click Copy, notice the options for various AI platforms. It's built to work across the entire digital landscape. Now, if your preferred tool isn't listed, adding it is simple. Here, I'm adding Copilot to my personalized toolkit. And there it is. For the next time, Copilot is ready and waiting. It's about organizing your workspace for better research. After clicking copy, you are taken to the AI tool you have chosen. You may have to log in. Just use Control-V and your prompt Cowboy's generated prompt will be entered. For my example, different AI tools produced reports with 2,000 to 2,500 words, 16 to 28 references, and platform recommendations that agreed. Perplexity was the best tool to use for this case. The information appeared accurate insofar as what could be verified. Gaps or conflicts in the information were identified, and suggestions were made for further research or where to look for information not publicly available. I am going to start using this great tool regularly now that I know about it. McEntee introduced me to two subtraction tools that save an immense amount of time. Minus sponsored to strip away the advertisements and Minus AI to bypass the machine-generated noise. But for genealogical research, the real hidden gem is the around N operator. Standard quotation marks are often too rigid. A search for John Smith will miss John Alexander Smith. The around operator solves this. The N in the parentheses stands for the maximum number of words you'll allow between your terms. So, by searching for John Smith around 5, Ontario, you're telling Google to find those words even if they are separated by a middle name or a title, as long as they appear within 5 words of each other. It's the perfect way to catch those variations that usually slip through the cracks. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found the information useful.
So, notable music and entertainment events for January 26th. So, some music history. Pink Floyd plays without Syd Barrett. Following the erratic behavior of founding member and songwriter Syd Barrett, Pink Floyd performed their first show as a 4-piece with David Gilmour at Southampton University. This marked the official transition into the era that would eventually produce The Dark Side of the Moon. 1980, 21-year-old Prince made his national TV appearance on American Bandstand. After performing I Want to Be Your Lover, he gave a famously shy and awkward interview to Dick Clark, claiming he played thousands of instruments. 1956, Buddy Holly's first recording session. Before he became a superstar, Buddy Holly had his official recording session at Decca Records in Nashville. He recorded Blue Days, Black Nights, which would become his debut single. 1970, one of the fastest turnouts in pop history. John Lennon wrote, recorded, and mixed Instant Karma in a single day. He famously said he wrote it for breakfast, recorded it for lunch, and we're putting it out for dinner. 2020, Billie Eilish sweeps the Grammys. At just 18 years old, Billie Eilish made history by winning all 4 major categories: Best New Artist, Record, Song, and Album of the Year in a single night. The youngest artist to ever do so. 1988, one of my favorites, Phantom of the Opera opens on Broadway. Andrew Lloyd Webber's legendary musical made its Broadway debut at the Majestic Theater. It went on to become the longest-running show in Broadway history, playing for 35 years before closing in 2023. 1934, the Apollo Theater reopens. Formerly a burlesque house, the Apollo Theater in Harlem reopened as a variety hall showcasing black performers. It quickly became the soul of American culture, launching the careers of icons such as Ella Fitzgerald and James Brown. 1911, probably not too many of us remember this one. Celebrated comic opera by Richard Strauss premiered in Dresden, becoming one of the most successful and enduring works in the operatic repertoire. Some notable birthdays. Eddie Van Halen, 1955, legendary guitarist and co-founder of Van Halen, widely considered one of the greatest and most influential players of all time. Ellen DeGeneres, 1958, comedian, actress, and longtime talk show host. Anita Baker, also in 1958, 8-time Grammy Award-winning soul and R&B singer. Andrew Ridgeley, one half of the global pop duo Wham, alongside George Michael. Lucinda Williams, critically acclaimed Americana and country rock singer-songwriter. Kirk Franklin, another gospel musician and choir director. Elijah Wood, actor best known for portraying Frodo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And J. Cole, a multi-platinum rapper and producer. That brings us to today's prime pick of the week. Today, a true story, The Mighty Max. This movie is from 2011. It's streaming both on Tubi and Prime Video. In the early 1970s, Kathy Rush becomes the head basketball coach of a tiny girls' Catholic college that has no gym and is in danger of being sold. She determines to steer her team to their first national championship. And I'll mention the music selection before I turn it over to Ron to play these two. The music selection today is from Buddy Holly, his debut recording, Blue Days and Black Nights. And that's this Music's Corner for this week. So Ron, if you want to play those two, I'll stop my share and take it away, please. That was Buddy Holly's debut single back in 1956.
And that was his signature song, eh?
Well, no, he had a lot of hits after that, but that was his first recording. That was the one that started it off for him. So that's this week's Entertainment Corner.
Looking forward to the movie, Mike. It's
a good one.
It's on our list for Saturday evening. Yep. So far you're doing good. Gail likes you. She says, "Well done, Mike." All right. So before we move on to the Q&A, I just want to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you, Bill James, for rounding up your whole club, or a huge number of them, to come to the show today. We do encourage, if you spread the word, we really would like more people to come to the show. We have a license for 100 people, so we can certainly accommodate a lot more people. So please, if you are a member of our club, talk it up, and let's see if we can get more people out to the show.
Our Monday show is recorded live and available on the Tech for Senior YouTube channel later in the day, and includes tech news of the week, computer skills, photography, genealogy, and selections of music and videos. Join us in person for our 7th year of fun with technology.